today's cup of coffee. It's not quite a what the fuck file, but it's just amusing.
Mm-hmm.
And from Daily Star, we have by Athena, Stavrou. Stavrou. March 19th of 2023.
That's an odd last name. I like that.
It is. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And the world's first mind-reading beer pump has been unveiled, which lets punters pour the perfect pint using just their brain.
Okay.
Well, if they drink so much, that's going to make it null and void, isn't it?
Would it? I don't know. I'm not a drinker.
I don't know. But we're doing this story to get people prepared for the weekend. Drink responsibly, folks.
Yeah.
And the robot called Homer.
Oh, God, of course it's Homer.
Oh, Homer Simpson has to be. Uses an EEG. Oh! that technology to track brain patterns via activity in the forehead. It used to be called a beer helmet. You know?
Yeah.
It was an 80s thing. It's freshman year. It's always freshman year. There's some people that never got beyond that. The user then controls both the tap pouring and the angle of the glass, and the more focused the user, the better their pint turns out. Okay. So you've got to think really hard how you want your beer.
Wasn't that also a funnel?
Oh, that was horrible. That was a great way to get alcohol poisoning.
Chugging that funnel.
Yeah. Homer began as a fun experiment set up by an entrepreneur and robotics expert and neuroscientist Seth Jackson. Sounds like he's an overachiever there.
Yeah.
And it was created just a year later, and CEO Seth Jackson set up the company Thirsty Thoughts to share the machine with the public. You know they're going to sell that at Spencer's. You know
But they've already been selling that shit at Spencer's, I bet.
He approached a neuroscientist and roboticist in 2016 and asked how feasible a mind-controlled beer-pouring robot was, and they laughed in his face.
No, why?
Because they had no vision. They had no vision.
That's like certain people on Shark Tank would laugh at those, some of those people that would pitch, like, certain products to them. And then after Shark Tank, like, because even though they got, like, refused by all those people, they would go making, like, millions on those products. Even though they released them themselves.
As seen on TV.
Yeah.
That and what is it, Home Shopping Network and stuff.
But seriously, they would go on to be like big products, like household products.
Yeah.
That's a big middle finger to those investors on that show.
Absolutely. That's like the record company that turned down the Beatles.
Yeah.
You know, that dude's bound to have kicked himself for the rest of his life, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Seth said, quote, "This is the world's one and only mind-controlled beer-pouring robot. It reads your mind and measures your mental focus. It doesn't know what you're focusing on, it says you could be focusing on anything, but you're controlling the robot's pour of the tap and the angle of the glass."
I don't know. I think that's pretty cool.
I think so.
Because, it wouldn't just have to be beer. It could be soda as well.
Probably. If you're good at it, you pour the perfect pint. If you're bad at it, you make a big frothy mess all over my robot, end quote. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to think what the name of the devices were there for a while, but it was a matter of... Well, there's actually been quite a few of them to help you focus. There were computer programs that the more you focused, you had whatever little image they moved.
Yeah, but you had to be like hooked up with these weird wires and everything.
Well, this has got this little thing that goes on your forehead, and in the picture you can see where dude's got the little thing on the forehead.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. You could go out in public like that. People have gone out in the public worse than that.
Totally.
8 years after Homer's inception, the machine has poured over 10,000 mind-controlled pints to thirsty users. It's hoped the machine will inspire young people to get into engineering. Now having reached the ripe old age of 1, Thirsty Thoughts has a base in Bristol and London, a stable of drinks inventions, and a frankly never-ending collection of ideas for new ones. Seth continued, quote, "We built it 8 years ago as an experiment, as a prototype, and it's turned into an amazing business. It's technology for joy." End quote.
Hell yeah.
I think everybody needed a sort of a happy story to the
Yeah.
end of a shit week.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
So,
a tiny bit.
but no, I think it's fun and it's cool.
Yeah.
And that could be something that, and I'm sure you're right that it probably could use something other than beer.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
You
I
know.
would use that for soda.
You could use it for, just about anything, I'd
Water.
say.
Water. Water.
I think it's real, like I said, it seems like the more that somebody drank, the less ability to focus they would have.
Right. Right. So they're just gonna make a mess over that robot no matter what.
Right. And that means that friends need to tell them, hey, you've had enough.
Yeah.
You can't even work the robot now.
Did you see the clip of that cop like trolling that one poor guy, like outside the pub?
No.
Like he wouldn't let him into the pub because he was too drunk already.
Right.
So he faked like a breathalyzer thing, and it was actually his walkie-talkie.
Oh, that's funny.
It was the antenna of his walkie-talkie, and he was like, blow into this. And then he like brought up his walkie-talkie and literally audible like boop 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 boop. It was like, oh,
great.
you're too drunk, dude.
That is great. And you know what? He very well could have spared that man's life or somebody else's. So that was very innovative. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I do
Dude may
too.
not have.
Yeah, no, dude was pissed, but I can understand why that dude did that.
Sure. I can understand it too. And it, with people who do not understand the concept of personal responsibility and accountability, and that goes into that frontal brain shrinkage thing during
Frontal lobe shrinkage.
during certain age groups. It puts the bar owners and restaurant owners and stuff like that at a really hard spot.
Yeah, very much so.
Because to sit there and go, oh, hey, no, you can't have any more drinks.
Maybe they need to have a breathalyzer at the door.
Well,
like before you leave, you got to blow into that thing.
I think
to get the door to open. But that would be like a major fire hazard.
Right. Right. Yeah, it would for that. Now, restaurants, I know some of them have like a 2-drink limit.
Mm-hmm. Depends on the bartender, because damn, that one bartender, that was a stout ass drink that I got.
That's true. That's true. But you weren't driving.
I
was
was
the thing.
Damn. I swear I got drunk off of that one drink.
Well, yeah, because she did say that she mixed them heavily. She had a heavy hand on it. But you weren't driving, so there wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But if it is a bar and you know that somebody's going to be getting into a vehicle, and then if somebody does wreck or whatever, they're wanting to come back on the establishment, which that's not, how is it their responsibility to keep up with somebody else that has no responsibility? That ain't right. That ain't right.
I mean, if you're the driver of that person, that's when you take the keys and just go.
Right.
You sort of just call them an Uber and just like bounce.
Yeah, but you've got some people that they will get very violent, almost. And are you going to call the cops? Are you going to call the cops? I need coffee. I am in need of coffee. Are you going to call the cops on you, buddy?
If you're a good friend, yeah.
Well, it depends. It really does.
Good friends are not enablers.
Well, that's absolutely true. But I don't know. There's got to be better solutions. Don't drive. Go to a friend's house. Stay the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sleep on the sidewalk there.
Well, no, because they'll get you for public intoxication. Sleep on the sofa. Sleep out on the front porch with the cats. Whatever, I wouldn't want somebody in the house that was sloppy drunk anyhow, because then you had to clean up after them. that I'm too old at this point in life to do that shit, and it's like a no. Everybody has to set limits.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Everybody has to have their limits.
Absolutely. But just for shits and giggles, you and your pint pals
Pint
could
pals.
consider getting one of these mind reading beer robots.
How much would they go for though?
You know, I don't know.
They didn't say?
No.
You didn't look at you didn't even look up the website on that?
No, I don't know that he had a website. I think it's just there in it has its base in Bristol and London. So that's I don't know that he's actually selling it to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
They were just letting people know, hey, this is a really cool device in these locations.
That is a really cool thing, though.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. Something fun. We all needed some fun.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on Beer Robot?
Not just for beer.
It's not just for beer.
Nah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need one for coffee.
You could use it for coffee.
I just need one that will carry me, that will automatically, my thoughts will absolutely go to the robot and it will bring me more coffee. That's what I need.
I think there are like actual automated like robots that are like supposed to be helpers for the household, but those are like thousands of dollars.
If we could only train the cats.
They got
couldn't.
thumbs.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, they don't have thumbs. They would drop my mugs.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work.
Nah, they can't walk on their back legs either.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. If you've had experiences with the paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, fun, odd, bizarre inventions,
Yeah.
give us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email address plus the link to the article will be there in the description box.
Yeah, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good.
Have a fun, responsible weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we gonna be here during the weekend anyhow. But we here every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all right. We're here for you. Lord willing, we'll see you on the next go.
Yeah.
Bye.